Oops. Lost track of time. Was looking at stuff. Hello, I am AlesongtheBrewer, the brewer of coffee, tea, spirits, and stories. It is a chatting day. I'm late. I'm late a lot, usually. Oh boy. I spent the last couple days sleeping a lot. Still getting over illness. I feel a lot better though lately. So, what happened last week? I didn't get to do everything last week. I got too tired. Got to start Kingdom Hearts, and that's fun. I'll be doing that again on Friday. Playing more. I am soon restructuring stuff. Oh, the only thing I didn't really get to play was Elden Ring last week, and that's fine. I kind of want to avoid playing right now because I'm not in the DLC. And I don't know. I don't want to make people mad. That they come in there and they're like, "Are you playing the DLC?" No, I'm not. I have not finished the base game. I feel I'm kind of tired too. I want to play some other stuff. So we might put that off for a month or two. I streamed Outer Wilds on Sunday, but I felt really bad. I thought about starting with these chats a thing where I read a short, I don't know, something. I'm not sure what. I need public domain stories to read. Let me see if I can find one. I could read a Poe one. I have the book. All his like stories and poems. Hello. Oh. It's just what I call my weekly just chatting stream. Usually I go over like the games we played the week before. So last week, I played Kingdom Hearts. You have not been bamboozled. We just started Kingdom Hearts last week. I was gonna go over that lore. I was also gonna probably start reading stories too. So that's lore too. But I like to just talk about what we saw in the last week. So yeah, well, it's a complicated story, but the first game is just about a boy whose world was basically destroyed. And he ends up all alone and with like a key blade, which is like a key to the universe, basically. And he has to go around closing all the worlds off from each other, because if he doesn't, they get destroyed. That's basically the first game. And it's also Disney related, so all these worlds are like Disney worlds. Like Disney character worlds. Like Alice in Wonderland is the first one we got through. And the rest of the games explore like why he was chosen basically for this thing. Hi, Manga. How are you? I just was starting, and I was gonna start with Kingdom Hearts. I actually need to pull up my schedule from last week. We didn't get very far. It took forever because of all the issues with the frame rate at the beginning. I'm doing alright. I feel a lot better now. I'm getting over COVID, so... I've been sleeping a lot the last few days. Yeah, it's the recent strain that's been going around that's like kind of weaker, but it still feels bad. Oh, okay. Yeah, we started with Kingdom Hearts last week, so that's good. I can't remember. We also played Stardew Valley with Jubilee. Thank you. I'm gonna be what's the word? Reorganizing myself soon. Because I got a lot of homework lately that I need to get on top of. Because I started classes again. I had a lot of writing to do for it. But yeah, last week, yeah, I'm gonna try to finish this year. My second degree. This week I'm not gonna be streaming as much lately because of it though, and it's kind of sad. Thank you. It's environmental science. I've been working on it for a few years. I just keep putting it on the back burner. So, Kingdom Hearts. I played the Steam version. And it has a lot of issues, honestly, because I started the game and the frame rate was questionable. I had to like turn off the like super render or whatever, the thing that makes it like try to sync up right, because it was doing too good of a job, and it was trying to make like the low frame rate of the first game into like, oh, is it a port? I didn't understand what was happening, so I turned it off and it was better. I'll look into that if it's a port, I'll look into that. It made like the cutscenes and stuff stupid and slow. And then it would speed up during combat. It was so weird. I've never experienced something like that in a game. Even if it's like a multi-platform game. It's like, why is it doing this? But yeah, that slowed down the start of it. But we got through Alice in Wonderland at least like the first time going. We met all the characters, the main cast. Rico went off into the darkness. Kyrie disappeared to who knows where. We met the Final Fantasy VII characters that are just randomly in another universe. Yeah, I played for a couple hours. I'm gonna play more on Friday. I want to get through what's the second world that you start with? I think it's is it Tarzan? I think so. It's been a while. I want to get through that and some other stuff. And get to where you can like update your gummy ship. Hopefully I can get through it quickly, because I got through Alice in Wonderland pretty quickly. Yay! It'll be at this time on Friday. And I'm putting where's my other? Saturday we played Stardew Valley. I did my first collab. It was a lot of fun. Jubilee is such a nice person. It's on Jubilee's channel too, if you see it. I have her link in YouTube somewhere. We started a beach farm, which is kind of weird. It's like all beach. It's like the town is all beach outside of the main part. Like turned into Coral Island. And so far with that, we just got through like the first few days of spring. So no big happenings have happened yet. I think we stopped on the day of the Easter thing. Or the, like, spring beast, whatever. Stardew Valley has interesting lore, too. It's like humans went to an alien planet and decided to inhabit it, and they have, like, a different god and stuff that, like, is like a harvest god. The fan fictions on Stardew Valley is wild. Yeah. It has a story. It's just very basic. So people go wild when they go outside of the game. I kind of like it, honestly. It's a pretty good lore. It coincides with the 3-year thing with the grandfather and the god, because the god punishes those that don't work the land. It's weird. And this Saturday, I'm playing Elden Ring some more. I think this is going to be the last time I play Elden Ring for a while. I want to play, like... I want to start playing, BioShock, because I've never played BioShock before. Hi, Lovey! Thank you for raiding me! Panda! Oh! Y'all were told to say Panda raid. Yay! Hello! Hi, Gappy! Welcome! I was just having a little chat. I just talked about what I'm doing this week. Alejandra. Ugh. I screamed at him every time too, and he still didn't notice until then. Like a year later. Hola. Hola, ¿cómo estás? So I know some Spanish and how to read it, but I'm really bad at speaking it. I talked about how far we got in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Yeah. I know in Spanish that ale is not really a thing. It's always ale or something like that. I think Mousu told me that it's hard to say. Repeat after me. Ale. Get guttural with it. Ale. It comes from the chest. Yeah, I started playing the first one last week. So I have the VOD for it. Ale. Hell. Oh, I love Kingdom Hearts. I played it when I was a kid, when it came out. I've played all the games except for Dream Drop Distance and Kingdom Hearts 3 all the way through. I love it. I think it's a good story. I used to be a fan fiction writer of Kingdom Hearts. Like on forums and stuff. The Hot Pot. It's alright so far. I'm only just through Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, I am really familiar with it, yeah. The RP I did, though, was in middle and high school, and it was, like, based on Organization 13. Time soup, yeah. It's really complicated. Like, I haven't gone through Kingdom Hearts 3, so I haven't, like, fully seen everything and put it all together. But, yeah, I understand what's happening. For the most part. I actually am using this time to, like, dive back into that lore and, like, try to remember everything, too. Yeah. I kind of, when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, I was kind of out of it because I was in college. And I didn't really have time for games and stuff. Darkness, darkness, heart, friendship, darkness. Yeah, basically. Oh, Tweewee. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that crossover. May your heart be your guiding. Yeah. I've played the game so much, but I'm really bad at quotes. Just darkness. I love it when Flay starts spewing out Kingdom Hearts quotes. It's so funny. I'm like, oh, that's a Kingdom Hearts quote. I forgot that existed. But you don't even have to, like, ask him where it's from, because you just know. He never tells you to where it's from. Oh, my childhood. I was way too into it. Did someone say the door to darkness? The world ends with you. Okay, that's what the acronym is. Okay. Sorry, I was like, wait, what? Oh yeah, it's in Dream Drop Distance. I actually got The World Ends With You, the game, for Game Boy, for one of the Game Boys, and I haven't played it yet. There was a really cool figure I wanted too of what's his face? The guy that starts with N. Forgot his name. Yeah, Neku. Yeah. Because I'm like an avid figure collector, and I was like, this looks awesome, but I never got the actual figure. So when I miss out on figures, I scout them out at cons. He does show up at cons every now and then, so. Yeah. So the way I get figures, I pre-order them, but I also do like payment plans during the pre-ordered period through like PayPal and stuff. So it lessens the blow a little bit, but yeah, some of them are ouch. I have a couple that were really ouch, but I was also working at the time, so it wasn't too ouch. Oh, yeah. It's not too bad if you split it up. There's some Sora figures I've really wanted in the past, but can never, like, they were always out at the wrong time. I could never get a hold of one. My most expensive figure is my Overlord figure. Yeah, I don't really like acrylic stands. I only got like ones that weren't gonna be made anymore. Or like they're never gonna have a figure of them. I rather wait. I rather wait for like a pop-up parade figure or something. Oh no! I'm glad we reminded you. Oh well. There's I bought a couple figures last year. I bought an Oshinoko figure and a Goblin Slayer figure. And they said that it's delivered, but it's supposed to take 2 to 4 months to get here. And I was like, and it's also, they reverted to my old address too, and I'm like freaking out trying to get a hold of them, and they haven't talked to me yet, and I'm freaking out because that was a lot of money for that Oshinoko figure in particular. Oh yeah, I haven't watched season 2 yet either. It's on High Dive, so it's kind of different because I normally watch everything on Crunchyroll. So yeah, I wish I could be a manga reader, but manga is expensive. Each one is like $15, so it's hard. And when a series has like, you know, like 20 volumes, it's hard to pay for all them. The Suicide Squad is kind. I need to watch that too. Oh, the library. Where I grew up, they never had manga. Like they had a couple of series, like Inuyasha and Fruit Basket, but they didn't really ever carry much. So I just got used to watching anime. That's what happens when you grow up in a place that doesn't reach out very much. I was gonna try to read a short story to y'all today. Oh, the slips? Okay. Yeah, Inuyasha wasn't my first anime, actually, but I did watch it all the way through. I loved Inuyasha. It was one of the only animes I could watch because I could only get anime off of Cartoon Network, so. Oh. Utashi wa. I think my first anime was actually what's it called? It was like the precursor to Fairy Tail. Brave Master. I think that was my first anime. That was the first one I watched at like weekly. Oh, Pokemon? I guess I don't count as an anime, actually. That's weird. I guess Pokemon was the first then. I think the website was shutting down, not Cartoon Network itself. So they're... Oh, thank you for the follow. Oh, that's a different word. Yeah, I saw. I know they're from there. I'm just like, that's a different name. I don't know if I could say that out loud. Okay, thick mommy. Thickma? Okay. We're doing pretty good. Just chatting. Trying to find a story to read to y'all. I think I want to start doing that. Because I've been behind on recording. This week is Kingdom Hearts on Friday. And Elden Ring on Saturday. I've been cutting back on streams, actually. I started school again. I was talking about. So I have a lot of homework. Maybe I can read y'all the Black Cat. Yeah, and then I was sick. So I'm like not in a good headspace. I have a lot to catch up on and a lot to plan. And I did something embarrassing last night and I was still thinking about it and then cringing so hard. But I tried. I've also been looking into trying to get a model. But I'm kind of picky about the art. I don't know where to go. I've been looking on VGen, but I really want to know the person. So I'm kind of like, But I should just give up and actually talk to someone. Oh yeah, manga, you went on a really long trip, right? How was it? Did you have a lot of fun? 2D. Yeah, 2D model. Oh, and then next week I have to remember I'm gonna do a hand cam stream. I remember. I have a Lego set to build. Hehe. Yay, another hand cam. I liked my Pokemon one. The Pokemon card opening. Wow. Ooh, nature. I had nature trip. Yeah, I have a really pretty Lego set to do. Ooh, you're gonna open Hololive checkies? Are you gonna like give duplicates out too? I know people do that for like Pokemon. They'll like sell their duplicates and stuff they get on stream. Oh, is that with the boys too? All of them? All of them? All of them. Oh, okay. I wouldn't mind a ruse. Just saying. Yeah, Shadow, if you want to make me an asset, you can make me one anytime, but I probably won't use it more until my model. But don't count on the model being anytime soon. It's like a big finance, so. But I do have a asset that Alu made me. I got glasses. I got glasses. Alu made me. I miss Alu. I miss Alu. See, they're part of Alu made me a Fugi too. That's the one I used on Jubilee's stream. So for the PNG, it's kind of weird because I have to like make a separate model on the PNG program. I don't really know how to like make it where just the asset comes up. Yeah. I understand, Livy. That's a lot. I think for like Pokemon cards and stuff that they mostly like pay for them on stream with the shipping and everything, so they don't have to deal with that, but oh. I also have different faces too. I never use them though. Yay, Chucky! I haven't seen them, so that'd be cool to watch. I don't think I can tempt you out of a Haka one, unfortunately. Haka. Did you see Nimia's new art? Yeah, I really want, when I get a model made, I really want that idea of like, so when you get the model, right? But the hair and the clothes are separate, so you can just like put on outfits like a freaking Barbie doll. I think Iron Mouse talked about that. Yeah. So you can just like keep the base model, but just get like the outfits commissioned later. I think my hair is pretty wild, so I probably would want it up sometimes, but you know. I like my long hair. Yeah, or have you ever seen a Victorian updo? It's like where you make it into pin curls and then you put it up and it like hangs out the front of your face. Yeah. I like that look. I also like braids a lot. Yes, please. I want a Hakido. I have Carl, but Carl, this is Carl. I would like more Carls. Too. Carl is a green peacock. Love you made him. Hi, Lucas. What's up? Haven't seen you around in a while. Been busy? I am doing better. Trying to get a hold of my life. Ooh, yeah. That's always good. I like being busy when it doesn't hurt me too. Oh, I was talking about how I'm gonna probably stop playing Elden Ring for a little bit on stream too. I'm getting tired of it because I've been playing it since like February or something, and I'm not progressing at all. Yeah. I don't think I can do it. I think I'll go back to it in a couple months. Yeah. I thought I'd do better going through, but I get distracted. I keep wanting to explore a lot rather than actually beat bosses. And I should do that off stream. I shouldn't do that on stream. I'm also stuck on a boss. I have a hard time not trying to help Burbo. So I can't really watch his streams either. It has to be background noise or I'll start talking too much. It's not really anxiety, it's explorer distraction. It's just like I want to find everything. Yeah. It is hard. And see, I'm terrible. I'm the type that rather go exploring than actually fight bosses. I've been looking into how to put together a like a lore compilation video too of it, or like a stream idea to like go over the lore because it's so complicated. I think I may like do that soon. And just have a stream where we read everything. Instead of actually like fighting and stuff. Yeah. There's a lot. And all the hints about the lore are inside the items descriptions. So you have to go through like all the item descriptions. And I haven't done that yet on stream. And my whole thing is supposed to be the lore, so I'm like lost. I'm like lost of how like why I should be continue to play it. I think I just do it as a stream rather than a video because there's lots of Elden Ring lore videos out there. But me trying to discover the lore live, I think would be fun. Yeah. That's also why I like exploring in the game, is because you have to find everything to tell you the story. Speaking of stories, I think I'm gonna read The Black Cat to y'all. I'm gonna start reading like short stories. Or start them. And then maybe finishing them as a video. Just see, I want to start like gauging what kind of stories y'all want to hear. Yeah, it does really. You have to seek it out to find the lore. And then if you don't really freaking care and you just want to beat up bosses, you can just do that. I'm not a cutscene skipper though, so it's hard. Alright, I'm gonna read The Black Cat. I'm gonna start it, at least. So The Black Cat is by Edgar Allan Poe. It's one of his short stories. I can read this because all of Edgar Allan Poe's stories are public domain, so... Alright. Yeah, I have his whole collection. Book collection. And poems. For the most wild, yet most homely narrative which I am about to pen, I neither expect nor solicit belief. Mad indeed would I be to expect it, in a case where my very senses reject their own evidence. Yet mad am I not, and very surely do I not dream. But tomorrow I die, and today I would unburthen my soul. My immediate purpose is to place before the world, plainly, succinctly, and without comment, a series of mere household events. In their consequences, these events have terrified, have tortured, have destroyed me. Yet I will attempt to expound them. To me, they have presented little but horror. To many, they will seem less terrible than baroques. Hereafter, perhaps, some intellect may be found which will reduce my phantasm to the commonplace. Some intellect, more calm, more logical, and far less excitable than my own, which will perceive, in the circumstances I detail with awe, nothing more than an ordinary succession of very natural causes and effects. From my infancy, I was noted for the docility and humanity of my disposition. My tenderness of heart was even so conspicuous as to make me the jest of my companions. I was especially fond of animals, and was indulged by my parents with a great variety of pets. With these I spent most of my time, and never was so happy as when feeding and caressing them. This peculiarity of character grew with my growth, and in my manhood, I derived from it one of my principal sources of pleasure. To those who have cherished an affection for a faithful and sagacious dog, I need hardly be at the trouble of explaining the nature or the intensity of the gratification thus derivable. There is something in the unselfish and self-sacrificing love of a brute which goes directly to the heart of him who has frequent occasion to test the paltry friendship and gossamer fidelity of mere man. God, these are hard words. God. Sorry, these are hard words. Why does he have to use such hard words? It's hard words. Okay. Alright. I married early and was happy to find in my wife a disposition not uncongenial with my own. Observing my partiality for domestic pets, she lost no opportunity of procuring those of the most agreeable kind. We had birds, goldfish, a fine dog, rabbits, a small monkey, and a cat. Oh, don't worry, I can't spell anything. Shoot, you should see me on Twitter with like when I'm trying to like type from my phone, and it does not help me at all. Bro, these Victorians, they had zoos in their homes for sure. And they were horrible to their animals. Horrible. They kept them in cages and stuff. With nothing. Alright, sorry. Okay. So he has birds, goldfish, a fine dog, rabbits, a small monkey, and a cat. And this is italicized. A cat. This later was a remarkably large and beautiful animal, entirely black, and sagacious to an astonishing degree. And speaking of his intelligence, my wife, who at heart was not a little tinctured with superstition, made frequent allusion to the ancient popular notion, which regarded all black cats as witches in disguise. Not that she was ever serious upon this point, and I mention the matter at all for no better reason than that it happens, just now to be remembered. Pluto, this was the cat's name, was my favorite pet and playmate. I alone fed him, and he attended me whenever I went about the house. It was even with difficulty that I could prevent him from following me through the streets. Our friendship lasted in this manner for several years, during which my general temperament and character, through the instrumentality of the fiend and temperance, had, I blush to confess it, experienced a radical alteration for the worse. I grew, day by day, more moody, more irritable, more regardless of the feelings of others. I suffered myself to use intemperate language to my wife. At length, I even offered her personal violence.
My pets, of course, were made to feel the change in my disposition. I not only neglected, but ill-used them. For Pluto, however, I still retained sufficient regard to restrain me from maltreating him, as I made no scruple of maltreating the rabbits, the monkey, or even the dog, when by accident, or through affection, they came in my way. But my disease grew upon me, for what disease is like alcohol? At length, even Pluto, who was now becoming old, and consequently somewhat peevish, even Pluto began to experience the effects of my ill temper. So, yeah. One night, returning home, much intoxicated from one of my haunts about town, I fancied that the cat avoided my presence. I seized him, when in his fright at my violence, he inflicted a slight wound upon my hand with his teeth. The fury of the demon instantly possessed me. I knew myself no longer. My original soul seemed at once to take its flight from my body, and a more than fiendish malevolence, gin-nurtured, thrilled every fiber of my frame. I took from my waistcoat pocket a penknife, opened it, and grasped the poor beast by the throat and deliberately cut one of its eyes from the socket. I blush, I burn, I shudder, while I pen damnable atrocity. When reason returned with the morning, when I had slept off the fumes of the night's debauch, I experienced a sentiment of half horror, half of remorse, for the crime of which I had been guilty. But it was, at best, a feeble and equivocal feeling, and the soul remained untouched. I again plunged into excess, and soon drowned in wine all memory of the deed. In the meantime, the cat slowly recovered. The socket of the lost eye presented, it is true, a frightful appearance, but he no longer appeared to suffer in any pain. He went about the house as usual, but, as might be expected, fled in extreme terror at my approach. I had so much of my old heart left, as to be at first grieved by this evident dislike on the part of a creature which had once so loved me. But this feeling soon gave place to irritation, and then came, as if to my final and an irrevocable overthrow, the spirit of persevereness. Of the spirit, philosophy takes no account. Yet I am not sure that my soul lives. When I am that persevereness is one of the primitive impulses of the human heart, one of the indivisible primary faculties or sentiments which give direction of the character of man. Who has not, 100 times, found himself committing a vile or silly action, for no other reason than because he knows he should not? Have we not a perpetual inclination, in the teeth of our best judgment, to violate that which is law, merely because we understand it to be such? The spirit of perseverance, as I say, came to my final overthrow. It was this unfathomable longing of the soul to vex itself, to offer violence to its own nature, to do wrong for the wrong's sake only, that urged me to continue and finally to consummate the injury I had inflicted upon the offending brute. One morning, in cold blood, I slipped a noose about its neck and hung it to the limb of a tree. Hung it with the tears streaming from my eyes and with the bitterness remorse at my heart. Hung it because I knew that it had loved me, and because I felt it had given me no reason of offense. Hung it because I knew that in so doing I was committing a sin. A deadly sin that would so jeopardize my immortal soul as to place it, if such a thing were possible, even beyond the reach of the infinite mercy of the most merciful and most terrible God. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I'm starting to hurt. This is actually like a really long story. Sorry. I'll probably, if y'all like that, I'll read it as a recording. I like this one because it's a revenge story for the cat. Well, the cat gets another life, basically. Yay, thank you. Yeah, and he talks like... No, the words. I have a hard time with the repetitive R words. Oh, he writes a lot of horror short stories. So these are like The Murders in the Rue Morgue is the very first one. Yeah, it's very... His poems and his stories are very into, like, show off a very, like, depressed mind. So he thinks of very dark situations and stories. So the Black Cat, the Mystery in the Rue Morgue, the Mystery of Marie Roquette, which is like a murder mystery. But it's very Halloween-y, like depressing stories. And they don't end well too. They're tragedies usually. So this cat will get his revenge. There's this one called The Gold Bug, and I forgot what it's about. I'm gonna leave y'all with that for today, for our chat. I'll be back on Friday to play Kingdom Hearts, and that is very, very happy. Getting into books, I would usually start with like a genre that interests you and trying to find the most popular piece and then going from there. I wouldn't start out with like really big series. So, like, if, say, fantasy, I wouldn't start with, like, the Wheel of Time series or anything like that, because that's crazy. I'll read it later. But, yeah. So... yeah, it just depends on the genre you want to get into. If you want to get into fantasy, I would start with like something short. Trying to think. Something short and easy to read. Maybe like Aragon or something like that. There's a lot of good murder mysteries too. I mean, like, look at Sherlock Holmes. Those are pretty short stories that, they kind of don't, like, go together, but they are the same, like, detective through them. Oh, a really good one, too, for Edgar Allan Poe is The Telltale Heart. That's a good story, too. They're kind of different, because it is an older, like, it's an older series. They're like 100 years old, so the wording will be weird, but they are very fun. Now a short poem. I have a whole book on Emily Dickinson poems too. The Raven's a good story too. Let me find that. The Raven. It's more a poem, but here it is. He liked to tell stories through poems too. Oh yeah, it's long. It's like 3 pages long for a poem. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. Tea. Is some visitor, I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. Ah, distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember brought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow. Sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here for evermore. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all of this. It keeps going. But yeah, it's a poem. It's a poetic story. Okay. I'm dead. There, finally. I have to get back into reading, because reading out loud, because COVID kind of hurt my throat. But so I'll probably record the rest of that, or record that story for y'all. Yeah, oof to the big C, indeed. Okay. Well. Yeah, there's a strain that's out that's pretty brilliant, but it's not very, doesn't hurt too much. Like not hurt, but it's just not I don't know how to describe this. It doesn't linger as bad as like the original. All right. No one's on to raid 2. Boo. Feels so weird about raiding from a chatting stream. It is my friend. Do y'all have anybody you want to go to? That you see that's on? I gotta go do some chores. Or milk? Ooh. Jump scared. Yeah, okay, I'll raid Fort Milk. Alright. Y'all have fun. They're playing Dredge, it looks like. That's a game I played. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for the raid too, Livy. It always is nice to have people to talk to. I'm glad I get to read a story to y'all. I think I'll make that a normal weekly thing, reading a part of something. I want to read the Japanese story to y'all next week. Mukashi Mukashi. Yeah, I want to get more into doing that. Alright, see y'all later. Bye. Let's go kick back and have a good evening. I need some tea. Bye. Bye bye.